Alright, welcome back to Skyrim, where Morris is now wearing the fancy robes. So last time, in case you missed it, Morris killed Ancano and saved the college, and in doing so, he used his new spell, the Curse of the Withering Soul, it's called. In fact, I'll pull it back up for you. And there was a bit of a mishap where Morris lost a pretty significant chunk of his health for a period of 48 hours, and he spent a couple days recovering and also studying his incantations for that spell. He's not quite figured out what went wrong with the spell yet, but he has an idea on where to start, and more conjuration practice will probably shed some light on that. So yes, between last episode and this one, I put up a couple of spoils from our adventures just as display, namely the Staff of Magnus, and then there's the exquisite elven blade that Ancano is wielding. And then we have in here, this safe is going to be used for safekeeping, pun intended, of certain things that we find, such as the Mask of Morokai, which is put away now. And then we have another set of Archmage's robes here. It was just a spare that was in the room. But yeah, Morris is now feeling better, and he is going to go and, first of all, get a bath at the inn, and then, because he's been not very clean the last couple days. And then, secondly, he's going to go and buy some spells from the vendors so that hopefully he can be a little bit more competent in battle without sacrificing 90 more hit points in the process. I see nobody's cleaned up this blood or this body yet within the 2 days that Morris has had to rest. But that's fine. Somebody will get around to it eventually. I'm now the Archmage, so I can order people around and tell them to, if I want. We've got a little memorial here. Memory of those who fell during the Magnus conflict. Savos Aran, Archmage, leader and everlasting inspiration. Mirabelle Irvine, Master Wizard, a prodigious guiding light. 31st of last seed, 4th era, 201. And on that note, it is now the 2nd of Hearthfire, because we've had a couple of days to actually rest. So that date is accurate. So yeah, first things first, get a bath. We're kind of disgusting right now. We are somewhat dirty. Then the second order of business is to go and buy some spells. I've already had breakfast, and you might have noticed last episode as well, I got a perk point because I reached level 50 in Destruction. I put those perk points that you get from reaching the milestones in certain skill trees, I put those in their corresponding skill tree. So I have an extra Destruction perk as a result. Hi.
By the divines, I'm tired.
Sorry to wake you, but I would like to rent a bath.
Of course.
And there we go, nice and clean now. Now let's get back to the college. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say this as well, but if you're wondering what these robes are, they're actually from, well, technically from the Divine Elegance store mod. It's the Avallac'h robes from The Witcher 3, but recolored black. And I have a personal mod made, so want to make it clear, I'm not distributing this, because I used assets from that mod. But my personal mod retextures the Archmage's robes into the black Avallac'h robes from Divine Elegance. Where am I going? I'm supposed to be talking to the professors. So yeah, the Archmage's robes look extra fancy because I think that they look really dumb in vanilla Skyrim. In fact, one of the earliest mods on my mod page is a mod that lets you disenchant the Archmage's robes and put the enchantment on another item because I hated how the Archmage's robes looked that much. But now I have a more elegant solution, which is a more elegant outfit. And nobody's in here. Oh, this is Urog's quarters. Duh. Is Finnis in? Finnis is not in. Drevis is. Let's see if he has anything that I want to buy.
Huh?
What do you have for sale?
Take a look.
Let's see here. A teleport scroll for Winterhold. That could actually be very... Oh, but we're very limited on funds. Otherwise, I would buy that. Okay, so we're going to have to be a little bit more careful with what we're buying than I initially thought. But I do have some things to sell. Namely, some empty soul gems. Like so. We don't need the Equilibrium tome anymore. And here's the actual tome that I made for Morris's Curse of the Withering Soul, which I actually studied. Now, you might be wondering, isn't it unfair that I gave myself the spell for free because Morris made it? No, it's not, considering that I, in order to make it, actually spent quite a bit of gold with Valiant to get the Conjuration training, and then I bought Soul Trap as well to go with it. I'm not going to sell this to Drevis. I'm going to sell it to Finis. So that, actually no, I'm not going to sell it yet because it's still not perfected. I'll sell it when it's perfected so that he can actually carry it in stock. Steadfast Ward, I'm not going to learn, so you can have that. I'm not a melee fighter, so you can have that. You can have that. You can have that. I need to read that letter still. I got a letter from Jarl Siggeir of Falkreath at some point. Don't even remember which episode that was in. Probably after Labyrinthian, if I had to guess. These boots I can sell because I don't need them anymore, and Kano's robes I can sell. I can sell these old robes of mine. Oh yeah, and between episodes, Morris also enchanted a new ring, the Archmage's Ring. I had a filled Grand Soul Gem, so I used that to get a pretty nice Magicka bonus, and replace the Ring of Arcana. And then sell a couple of these. And then some stabs. Oh, you actually can't afford that.
Good day.
So let's see. Feralda's one I want to talk to. Feralda's room is downstairs. Can I unlock adept doors yet with this spell? Not quite yet. Well, is she in her room? Let's see here. Miscellaneous, find Feralda. Oh, she's upstairs. It's Travis. Feralda.
We all have you to thank for saving the college.
There's Finis.
Your position is well deserved.
Thank you. Even though I do disagree a little bit with that sentiment. What do you have for sale?
So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Right. Let's see here. I want a specific spell. Malice's Eldritch Flame. Oh, God, that's a little bit out of my price range. Do I have Fast Friends? No, I don't. It wore off. Hold on, Feralda.
We have survived difficult times.
And to think. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Archmage.
Okay. Still can't quite afford it. It's just out of my price range. Ah, that's
Until next
annoying. Where's Finis?
Nasty business with that. Take a look.
And we're talking around a corner. I didn't want to do that, but there you have it. I don't suppose you are carrying any of the adept level spells. No, you're not. But in the narrative video, this is actually one of the spells that I referenced right here, Malice's Dark Bargain. Allows the caster to summon additional controlled minions in exchange for own health for 82 seconds. The amount of health that this spell costs and the number of additional controlled minions is determined by the caster's conjuration skill. I plan to make my own spell preview video about this spell alone, so I'm going to go into more detail about that and how this formula works when I make it. But let's just say that the formula is a bit too long to actually include in the spell description without it being a wall of tiny text. I sold the staff. I don't really have anything else.
Until next
You know
time.
what? I have a bunch of soul gems. I wonder if I could afford that tome from Feralda if I sold some soul gems. Who knows where she got off to now, though. Because I spent so much time talking with Finis's stock open. We're going to have to go back and find her again via her plaque. So with Fast Friends, it costs $10.55. We have $9.22, so we need a bit over 100 gold. So we'll have to look at what the prices are like for that. Okay. It's telling me to go through this door, even though I know she went upstairs. But I will trust the magic marker. She went into... Is that the Arcanium she went into? Damn it, I should have gone upstairs. Unless she went downstairs through the Arcanium, but we'll see in a moment. Yep, she's up in the Arcanium. Shouldn't have trusted the magic marker. She is... Oh, I was looking up for the marker and she was right in front of me.
And to think Mirabelle questioned my allowing you into the college. Certainly a few spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
I mean, I might be able to, but I'm going to sell a lot of soul gems. You know what? I can get more. There we go. Now I can afford it. Just barely. Oof. Right, so now we have a new tome to learn. Malice's Eldritch Flame. An explosion of green corrosive flame, which deals 31 points of fire damage and 31 points of poison damage within a 5-foot radius. Good reminder to myself to make this, white like this. Highlight it. That's the word I was looking for. So basically what the spell is it's like Fireball, but it does more damage for a smaller area, and the damage type is divided into 2 types, fire and poison. There are some things that are resistant and immune to poison. So there are some spells that I want to get as well in the near future to combat that, namely undead, such as the Sacred Bolt series of spells. So I am going to take some time to study this tome that I have just acquired, and I will get back to you once I've learned it. Alright, and now we have the spell. Malice's Eldritch Flame, which will cost us 41 magicka to cast at our current level. So let's have a look at that. So you have this nice green visual that I made myself. Quite proud of it, even though it's really just a recolored fire texture. And then you cast it, and there's a small explosion that accompanies it, and it deals some pretty nice damage. And I wasn't really paying attention, but oh yeah, that's very, very manageable for us to cast. Look at that. And then if we remove the Staff of Uric Galderson, yeah, still within our range. And now, don't think that this spell is extra cheap. It's around the same magicka to cast as Fireball itself. So it's very much on par, cost-wise, and then a little bit better damage-wise, but a little bit worse with Area of Effect. And I'm peckish. But first things first, I want to read this letter as well before I eat. My camera is freaking out a little bit. Morris Grove Burguk, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sidgeir, and I have the honor to be Jarl of the proud and ancient city of Falkreath. The fame of your exploits across Skyrim has brought you to my attention. Fame of my exploits, okay. If you are interested in becoming Thane of Falkreath Hold, I invite you to speak to me the next time you are in Falkreath. Aside from the honor that accrues to the title, my Thanes are entitled to a personal housecarl. I can also tell you privately that a choice of parcel of land in Falkreath would be available for your purchase should your services prove useful to me. I look forward to meeting you in person. I remain, Jarl Sidgeir Falkreath. Interesting. A Thane. A title would be nice, I'm not going to lie. I'm not really interested in buying a house right now because I have 8 gold to my name. But maybe the Jarl would have more work for me. So, you know what? That's going to be what we do next. Not next time, because the episode's not over yet. Although we're probably going to be doing it next time. Because we have a little bit of a ways to travel. Then again, we very recently actually traveled this road, so I might cut some of this out. Yeah, in fact, I think I'm going to do that. I will resume the recording probably when I get back to Whiterun, and then we'll finish the walk to Falkreath from there. So see you in a bit. Sorry, not quite back to Whiterun yet, but I just had a thought as well. You're probably going to want to see me use this spell in combat the first time we encounter an enemy that I can use it on, so might as well record at least a little bit of this, and hopefully we'll run into something that we can kill with this spell. So that we can actually have a trial in combat. A trial by fire, if you would. Pun intended, because it is a fire spell. Is that a saber cat I saw up ahead? Might be. The one enemy type I hope I don't run into is a ice wraith, because it'll be partially immune to the poison component of the spell. And it is a saber cat, but it's a dead cat. Is this the same orc warrior we saw before, or is it somebody different?
I am waiting for a good death.
And why do you wish to die?
My time has come. I am old. Too old to become chief. It would be wrong for me to take wives at this age. so I will die. Malakath has given me a vision of a glorious death. I am to wait here until it finds me. As you can see, it has not yet arrived.
I mean, you don't look very old to me. Certainly you're still a strong, capable warrior.
Indeed. One should find his death while he can still call himself a proper man. We Orcmen are not like these Nords and Imperials who carry on until they are gray and feeble and their hair falls out. To cling to something past its usefulness is unseemly. How much more so when that thing is you?
I mean, I understand. I grew up in an orc stronghold, so I understand the mindset, even though I don't really agree with it. Perhaps I could give you the good death you seek, then, if you're so set on that.
Perhaps. Are you sure about this?
No, but I'm willing to give it a try.
We shall see.
You're mine. That's it. That's
Oh,
all
he's
you
tough. He's
got?
tough.
Just a scratch.
Get some distance. And that's all my equipment gone. Because of wild magic. Alright. Whew. Well, at least we managed against a tough enemy, and I should probably get dressed again. Oh, goodness. Yes, I understand I'm a little bit cold right now, game. I would imagine we'd be a little bit chilly after that. Yeah. He was set on wanting a good death, and I gave it to him. Hope you're happy with your decisions. Certainly would be a weird death if the person that you were fighting suddenly had all of his clothes just vanish off his body. But that's wild magic for you. Spriggans. But yes, now that we have seen that spell in combat, and also I should clarify, the fire that's on the ground and everything, that's not part of the spell, that's part of Ordinator, because these perks do work with the Ordinator perks. So that was the effect of... Which perk is it? It is this one, I think. Fire spells ignite the ground beneath targets. So yeah, that was the fire that you were seeing below him. But yes, now that we've seen the spell in combat, I will get back to you once we get to Whiterun. We're also quite low on food, so I might stop by the inn when we're in Whiterun just to stock up a bit more. I did actually just have a thought. Sorry to keep saying I'm going to take you to Whiterun and then not doing it. We did encounter those bandits before that looked pretty tough and that killed us, but I wonder how we would do against them now that we have a little bit of a better destruction spell. Oops, that's the wrong one. Meant to apply some mage armor. Yeah, they're right here. So let's get a Magnus going. Hey, you. Much better. Much better. If I could aim, that would be good, though. Does have a small area of effect, though, so we don't have to be perfect with our aim. Much better. Whew, we are getting much better with magic now. Now take a shot every time I said much better just then. What's going on here? Interesting armor. And weaponry. Dark work this. Does it ever pay well? Once every few days, a merchant comes galloping through, defenseless as a babe. We seducers, interesting name for a group of bandits, always do our good deed, and lighten their load before we let them pass. It's the least we can do. Moving north was the best thing we ever did. Leave Risad to the milk drinkers of Whiterun, or as they call themselves, the Saints. They're probably still hounding him on the road to Markarth. Svarig is behind on his visit. I wonder if his path from the west was more treacherous than usual. We need a change in our fortunes. If we don't get paid soon, I fear the others might not stay much longer. Hopefully this new lead pans out. Interesting. So a group of bandits and their leader is a little bit to the west of here, they said. We'll have to keep that in mind. The fuck is that? Something weird. That's what it is. This armor does not look very practical, but it's made of what appears to be some pretty valuable materials, so I think I'll take it to sell, but you won't catch me dead in that thing. And I have a key, presumably for this cage. Is it a good idea to let you out? He says, while immediately letting it out. Can I talk to you? Yeah, you are a weird one, but still only the third strangest thing I've seen this week. I mean, there was this talking voice that was sapping magic, and a glowing ball that Nkano kept sapping, well, magic from to power himself. I digress. You're a weird bug. Well, you're free. Good luck out there. Morris would not want to keep that thing, and he doesn't have a home to bring it to either. Doesn't want to follow him, doesn't want it in his home, even if he did have one. But yes, their leader is Svarg, it said, to the west. Maybe their leader's pretty nearby. Let's have a look. Don't know why I already took out my staff and stuff. Oh yeah, and this guy attacked us before I cut the video back in. That's why Magnus was already deployed when I resumed the recording. This looks like them. It's funny how the journal's like maybe the road to the west was more treacherous, and they were literally a stone's throw away. This is Anniversary Edition content, if you're wondering. It's part of what you get for free with the Anniversary Update, Saints and Seducers.
Never should have.
Oops, I accidentally shot Magnus. Good thing he's partially resistant to my spell.
I'll rip your heart out.
Oh, he died. Let's see. Oh, a scroll. Some septums, another journal. We continue to do the bidding of Thoron, our wealthy benefactor. Though our relationship has taken a turn for the worse, he still pays exceedingly well and continues to ask us to pillage to pillage the trade caravans as they pass, searching for anything we can find that seems off, or has even a hint of magic. Thorin is a powerful conjurer, but also completely insane. He has become increasingly unhappy with our spoils as of late. I suspect that the vainglorious saints have done something to gain his favor. We've all become fearful of what might happen if we meet him next month, and he disapproves of our spoils. If you ask me, all that time he spends holed up in those sewers has finally turned his brains upside down. I almost said inside down for some reason. He seemed to really like those tongues and rusty calipers we brought him a few months back. All we need is to find the right piece of junk that he thinks will help him bridge the gap as he keeps going on about, and we'll have full coin purses once again. Sewers and Thorn. Interesting. Seems like these saints don't like the seducers, although those ones were complaining about the profits, and he was saying that their benefactor pays exceedingly well, so it sounds like somebody's pocketing gold along the way. Oh, another one of these. It happened sometime after we crossed deeper into the mountains, but I swear I could hear singing, tuneless, very quiet, but singing nonetheless. No one else believes me, but I bet my bottom Drake that it had something to do with the dwarven machines attacking us last night. I've never heard of these things leaving their ruins, let alone roaming the countryside and going after travelers. It's almost as if they were drawn to the music. Tonight we're handing the cargo off to Sadra's caravan, and I say good riddance. But the captain says we're going to eventually circle back to Whiterun, which means we could see the cargo again. If that happens, I'm getting off this caravan. I don't care about the gold, I haven't slept for days, and I feel like I'm losing my mind. Even now I can hear that awful singing in my head that I just wanted to stop. Didn't we find the second caravan already? Find the second caravan. That does look like the one that we already found. I guess I'll find out in a minute, because I am heading that way. I'll keep it selected for the time being in my quest log. But yeah, I think it's related to the one that we found before. Necklace of Resist Magic. And it's only 10%. Daedra Heart. Those are rare. I'll take it even though it's very squishy and nasty. Right. Well, that's where I'm going to end this episode. Thank you all for watching. Next time, I promise we'll start in Whiterun. Although, watch me break the promise. I doubt I will. So, yes, Whiterun next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.